Hey, Ro.
Hey, Renee.
How you doing?
I am well. How are you doing?
I am well. I am super excited about this master class that's coming, that we're hosting Saturday, February 22nd at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We want you to spend a couple of hours with us as we go through the position for purpose with divine provision master class. So, Ro, why don't you give them a little overview about some of the things we'll be talking about?
Well, I definitely want them to be positioned on this call because it's going to be necessary for you to be able to move forward in the next thing that your heart desires. One thing for sure is that people always ask me, how do I find my purpose? How do I know my purpose? And I often say you are so closer to your purpose than what you realize. Sometimes we look at purpose as being something so big and something so grand, but most of the time that you are already right there. And that's what I want to help you to be able to identify and help you to be able to discover on the 22nd. So if you have not registered yet, please register and send it to a friend because we
Mhm.
all have something that we want to make sure that we are purpose and positioned for. So it's going to be great. It is
Yeah,
really going to be a great time together.
yeah. And you know what? It's for men, it's for women, it's for young folk. Listen, you don't have to wait until you're like an adult to walk in purpose. And here's the beautiful part, Ro. I know we're going to talk about positioning because when we're called to something, sometimes the assignment changes and you got to know when to move to the next. So you may already be so you may say, well, you know what, I'm already in ministry, I'm already in business, I'm already doing what I want to do, but is there a higher place that God is calling you to? Right? Is he
Good.
is
That's
he trying to call you up higher? Right?
mhm.
And so this positioning, when we talk about it, it's like knowing where I'm supposed to be at this time, this season of my life. Where am I? Because what I did in my 20s, hey, I've grown. Now God has called me to something else. And so it's about the seasons and the changing of seasons in your life and knowing where to step in and step up. And so I'm going to talk about positioning. And positioning is not just about placement, it's a combination of things. It's about heart posture, it's about responsibility. And when you couple that with purpose and knowing about God's divine provision, listen, in the beginning, God created, and He created something, this beautiful place for us to live in. Look at all the trees. Look at the beauty of nature. When you go out in nature, bro, I just love being out in nature because it connects me with my creator in a different way. And I had the privilege of doing that for 9 days, going on an expedition and hiking and just being on the Colorado River. And I
Wow.
just felt the presence of God just being on the water and
Mm.
seeing his beautiful mountains. And I'm just saying, God always provides what we need.
Yes,
So, so we're going to talk about what we're going to tackle insecurities. We're going to tackle
mhm.
what's hindering you. We're going to address it all, honey. Yes, because listen, us two, we
Yeah,
have stepped into this calling. We are living in our purpose, and we know the struggles that come with it. We know about insecurities. We know about the fear attacks. We know
absolutely.
about it all. And so,
Mhm.
where we want to help them, we want to help you get through that, right, Ralph?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, and that's the one thing about I often say that the enemy fears a person who knows when they're positioned for their purpose.
Yeah.
He fears that and he'll do everything he can, like those things that you just mentioned, bring your insecurities, your fears, any hindrances that you have. He will allow those to recreate
Mm-hmm.
in order to stop you from getting to God's divine provision or
Mm-hmm.
you are seeing God's divine provision in your life.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do anything he can to stop that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where we come in during this masterclass
Mm-hmm.
to be able to encourage you and give you the fuel to your fire so
Mm-hmm.
that you
Yes.
you can keep burning.
Burn, baby, burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
For the Lord. Do it
Yeah,
for the Lord.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, you can do that in business. I mean, I can think back, Ro, when God positioned me in certain positions and roles that I had and how he, advanced in my career, how I was able to advance in my career. And there was all God moves.
Hmm.
Like God was he's moving it, right? So
Right.
God provides, and it's for a reason and a purpose. And maybe you just need clarity on that. Maybe you said, well, I believe I'm where I'm supposed to be, but I really need clarity on how I'm supposed to serve while I'm here. What is my assignment while I'm here in this
Mhm.
place? Right. And so we're gonna answer those questions. And I can tell you it's a simple answer too, but we're going to save it for the
Yeah.
class. So
Yeah.
make sure you click the link. You click the link in the above this, wherever you're seeing this. There is a link for you to register. Listen, you're going to get a great workbook because we know that you need to go back. Sometimes we have to go back and study. We got to
Mhm.
study. We got to study to show ourselves approved, right? Right?
Mhm.
We don't want to be wrongly dividing anything. We want to come in clear on what God has called us to do. You
Yes.
see the state of America, right? You see everything that's happening. Get in
Mhm.
position and
Yes.
fulfill the call of God on your life. If you don't feel a sense of urgency right now, listen. Don't walk in fear. Don't be
Mm-mm.
paralyzed by fear, right? We talked about that not too long ago in our Sister Story Session show. Don't be paralyzed by fear. Don't let the enemy abort your mission, and
Yes.
don't you abort your mission.
Yes.
Don't you do it to yourself. Don't
Right.
let negative, don't you talk yourself out of
Mhm.
it. Right,
Mhm.
Rose?
That's
Don't
right.
talk
That's right.
yourself
And
out of
you
it.
know, I love how you said you may ask, why are we doing a booklet? And the
Yeah.
reason why is because we believe when he said write the vision and make it plain.
Oh,
You
yes.
So you want to be able to write what God is giving you. And we believe that we've been praying, and so it's not just you're coming into this class and, Renee is a life coach and, I've written a book, Renee's written several books. We're just not doing this just saying, oh, I know what I'm going to talk about, but we are going before the Lord because we believe that God is going to confirm something that you've
Mhm.
been questioning and
Yeah.
confirming and giving you direction on what you need. And
Yeah.
one way that happens is when you begin to write. Some of you may not have written out what you know your purpose is and what you want to do and what you need God to provide for you. So this is an opportunity through the book that we're going to provide for you to be able to write those things out. And I believe God is going to speak to you through that.
Amen.
Hmm.
But yeah, listen, I wouldn't wait. And let me tell you what else I do.
Don't
Like what
wait.
I'm going to do, I'm going to share it with the women in my church. I'm going to share it with other women, my
Yeah.
professional colleagues. I'm going to share this with them because so if you have a women's ministry, get the sisters in. You got a men's ministry, get them in. Everybody's welcome. And we may even have a little guest come up with Pastor Matt. We may have him come in for a second, pop
Yeah.
in and tell you about that one thing that you need to do that
And
will
you don't
change
want to miss
everything.
Pastor Matt.
You
I
don't
mean,
want to
he
miss.
comes from a different perspective.
Oh yeah.
You may think he's going to say the grass is greener on the other side, and by the time he flipped that, your mind
Woo!
is going to be blown. So anything that Pastor Matt is getting ready to come on and elaborate and share and pour, you do not want to miss that. So grab your boyfriend, your husband, your cousin, both males, all of them, because
Yeah.
I guarantee you they're going to be blessed by what he has to say.
Absolutely. So y'all click the link in the description, and guess what? We're gonna see y'all on the inside.
Yeah.
Bye bye for now.
Bye.